Hi guys, we're back at the 3.3 by 3 metre studio in Cambridge. Just myself and PJ today. Say hello, PJ.
Hello, PJ.
Yeah, proper hello. Let me just run through what we're going to do first. So we're going to get the electrics in, we're going to be getting insulation in, we've got the inner walls to get in, we've got all the joints to silicone and core, we've got damp-proof cores to go in, and we've got plasterboard to go in, so it's like loads to do. We're going to go from the outer shell to a plasterboarded room. First thing we're going to do is the electrics.
So I start by clipping 1.5 twin and earth cable for the outside light, fan and inside light, whilst PJ is working on the radial circuit, which has 3 sockets. Once I've done that, I can take a feed from the location of the consume unit to just right of the door, which will eventually power these 3 circuits. We're leaving around 40 centimetres of extra cable, as the walls will come in by another 20 centimetres or so. Once that's done, we can get on with the next stage.
What I'll say, guys, is before we start work, we always like to have a nice cup of coffee.
Rather.
And that actually leads me to one thing to mention, is that a few people are asking us if they could buy us a coffee or a cup of tea. And we now have a Buy Me a Coffee page, which is pinned in the description. So if you do want to buy us a coffee or a cup of tea, then that'd be fantastic. Thank you.
We're thirsty on the road, don't we?
We do. We go through a bit of coffee and tea. Mainly coffee, really. Anyway, cheers guys.
Chin chin.
Enjoy the video. Okay guys, that's the electrics done. Let's just go through that really quickly. So we've got the radial circuit done. That's 3 sockets. We've got the main spot done. We've got the outside light feed done. We have got the fan feed done. We have got damp-proof membrane done. We have got silicone down all the joints done. Armoured cable done, and the Ethernet cable in. The next thing we're going to do is get all the insulation in the room. What? Let's try that again.
Can you? I don't know. I can't do it. I don't think I'm going to be able to come through.
Of course you are. You will. You will.
Can you lie one down in front?
No, you'd be fine. Go on, you can do it. You can do it.
Right.
Yeah.
3, 2, 1. Oh, that didn't work either. Hang on. That's more like it.
Okay guys, so we've got the first layer of insulation in, which is the stuff that's going in the outer shell. That's 100mm stuff. We haven't done the ceiling yet. We're going to leave that till later because we don't want it falling on our heads before we finish for the day. So we're going to do that after. What we're going to do now is we've got the base plate in, which is about 11 centimetres off the wall, and we're going to get a 100mm slab, a sort of blanket covering over the whole wall. This is a denser rock wool, so this is the next stage. We're going to build all that up, and then what we're going to finish with today, hopefully, is getting the walls in and then the insulation of the ceiling. So I'll bring you guys back once a bit further on. You're going all old school with the hand saw.
No,
I like the way you're using a microwave as the bench. That's the second layer of rock wool in. It already sounds a lot different in here from when we started. We've still got the ceiling to do. I think we're going to leave that till tomorrow because we're going to get the second ceiling up and the rock wool up tomorrow morning before we plasterboard. It's a little bit of a tall order trying to get all this done in one day. We've done so much. We've got 2 layers of rock wool in, we've got the electrics in, we've got the base plates in, we've got the damp-proof membrane. Next thing we're going to do is tackle the wall panel. So this is the second part of the system, so the second wall, the inner wall. So these are all prefabricated in the workshop, so we've got all these are sized up and ready. You can see all these, so these are all sort of labelled and in the right size order. So we're going to throw those in now, getting them up. We'll bring you guys back once we're done. That's the inner walls in. We've literally just got the ceiling insulation and the second ceiling to put in tomorrow morning. Then we're going to start plasterboarding. We're heading off to the hotel now, so we'll see you in the morning. Back at the studio this morning, we've got a few little things to do before we start plasterboarding. First thing is going to be getting insulation in the roof, which is not the best thing for the first job, but we'll get those in. It's only a small room, so we've got to get the insulation pushed right up against the roof substrate. So that's got to happen so we don't get any condensation. And then we've got these roofing panels, which we've got 3 to get up. We haven't secured the walls at the moment in terms of the corners, so we've got a bit of flexibility when we're getting those panels up. Anyway, we'll bring you guys back once we're a bit further on. So that's the ceiling in and all the insulation done behind it. Let's just have a little look around. So that's all the ceiling up. We didn't actually video that because it's kind of a little bit tight for space. We've got about 2.13 meters between the floor and the ceiling. We had to navigate the vents, so we had one vent going across there to outside, which is passive, and then one from this side, which is an active vent, so that came all the way along to here, and then we double backed on itself to there. So the next thing we're going to do is get the plasterboard in, isn't it, PJ? Yeah. Believe it or not, this room is 3 meters by 3.3 externally, but it's going to take 19 sheets of plasterboard to plaster this, plasterboard it even twice. So we've got those in the van. So we got 19 sheets of plasterboard, so we're literally just going to come straight out in there and obviously get the ceiling in. Cup of tea now, and then we shall proceed with the plasterboarding.
PJ here. Just thought I'd show you the what a nice load in this. And there's the room. There's Chris in the back of the van.
Great spot.
It's nice, isn't it? We've even got our own complimentary portaloo.
We've going today.
It's going today, so...
It's the nicest... Anyway, we've got 19 sheets of plasterboard now. It's great in here because we can actually just cut the boards. So we've just marked this one off. We can cut... This is for the ceiling, so the boards are 240 by 120. So I'm just going to take off 10 centimetres. So if you haven't cut plasterboard before, and this is great that we can do this in the van, it's literally just score this with a knife as accurately as you can, and back up the other way, come around this way, and then we just snap that, score that, and
that's off. That's a template then for us to cut the other ones.
Perfect. Right, Pete, let's get that in.
Then it'll be done.
We are using 2 layers of 12.5mm plasterboard on the ceiling, using the poles to help support the boards whilst we get them fitted. We make sure we don't forget to pull through the cable for the 4-way surface mounted spots. Once that's done, we move on to the walls, making sure we stagger the boards so the second layer ends up finishing on a vertical stud. Because we're cutting the boards down by around 30 centimetres, we use all the offcuts on the first layer to minimise waste and save some cost on the plasterboard, and so it doesn't go to landfill.
Okay guys, that's the plasterboarding done on the studio. That was 19 sheets, that's all done. We're going to be back next time, I think next week, to do the plastering, so we may drop a video on that. Please leave any feedback in the comments section below because that helps the channel, and we shall see you on the next one. Today we're going to be doing the plastering. We've only got about 4 hours, so we're going to try and get all this done in one go. It's kind of quite a small room, so it's kind of doable. First thing I'm going to do is get some heavy duty scrim tape on. Okay, let's get on with the plastering.
Right, so he's at it now. And the question is, can he get around the whole thing with the one bucket without it going off or going wrong?
Well, we've got extra time.
Or him falling over his massive shoes. It's already wearing it all over his face like a Oil of Ulay model. Estee Lauder.
It's taking shape. Can't stop. That's the problem with plastering.
Can't stop.
Can't stop, won't stop. My plan is to get the ceiling on this wall, give it a quick flatten off, then move on. So I'm not getting too stressed about it. So one of the difficulties is working around the wires.
Yeah.
Sort of slows you down massively, but
'Cause
thankfully there's not too many on this. Although it's not a big room, is it? So
Sometimes when we've got two outlets next to each other, that can be difficult. You've got to make sure you can get the trowel between them. I mean,
yeah.
so the last 24 hours, we've done some serious mileage.
We have.
We travelled across from North Wales to Lincolnshire. We went from Lincolnshire down to Chiswick. We went from Chiswick to Chessington, and then we went from Chessington to Great Dunmow, which is near Cambridge, and then this morning we've come up here to near Cambridge to this secret location to do this job. And I just wondered, Chris, last night you were telling me a story about the one of the longest days driving you've done.
Oh,
just relay that to the camera.
Oh, can I do that whilst I'm plastering? Yes. So one Sunday we did North Wales to Ealing, dropped off something, and we went from Ealing to Sevenoaks, which is sort of south London, isn't it? Like right at the bottom, or Kent, and then from Sevenoaks to Canterbury, and then from Canterbury back to North Wales.
Canterbury's a trek, isn't it?
In one day. I think it was 7 in the morning until midnight. So that was a trek. Okay guys, that's one coat on. The extra time sachet seemed to work pretty well. That gave me a little bit more time because I think it's about 7 square meters worth of plaster. It's quite a lot. So that's one coat on. I'm just letting that go off a little bit. So I'm just about to get another mix on and then get the second coat on. So I'll bring you guys back later on. Okay guys, that's the room all plastered up, that's all finished, then happy with that. So we've got everything in place. Big shout out to PJ, he's been tidying up, he's been mixing the plaster, keeping everything flowing so I can just keep on plastering. Anyway, thanks guys, we shall see you on the next one. Don't forget to like, and subscribe. Take it easy.